Sam and Caitriona, did you find yourselves carrying yourselves differently on set? You're still in Scotland, but is there a conscious change you had to make for this season?
No, I mean, I think people don't really change just because they change location. And I think, you know, what Ron said is really true. Like, we're telling the story of immigrants arriving in a new country, and, you know, generally people, when they arrive somewhere, they retain so much of where they came from. It's that way of bridging that gap of who you were and this new place that you're in. So I think, you know, certain things were different, like our costumes were different and the materials that were used were different, and that had a bit of a change. But, you know, Jamie and Claire are still the people that they are.
But they are affected by the land, and I think there is a great positivity and a great freedom here, and for the first time you get to see these characters settle, you know, and we're constantly dealing with the drama in previous seasons of sort of trying to find each other or trying to find a place to stay, and here finally they found that, and the land of America seems to be a very, very positive place for them. I mean, there's a lot of danger obviously, but yeah, they're together at least.
And they're finally settling down. I mean, they've got their home. They're building Fraser's Ridge after those 2 decades, notwithstanding, after most of their relationships on the road. How does this change for them? This is finally, they can tangibly say, this is where we are, this is ours.
Yeah, I think it's a very different dynamic this season. I mean, this kind of look at domesticity and them in their home, and it's a lot calmer, but there's a strength to their bond now. They've been through the worst thing that they could ever go through, they think, thus far. But, you know, the separation, Claire coming back, I mean, she paid such a high price to come back. She left her daughter. And after that, I don't think you can really have a cliffhanger again. You know, they have to be solid at this point. There's a lot of, obviously, external stuff that are still going to happen, but I think as a union, it's really strong, and there's a relaxed nature, I guess, to it, which was we've never really explored that.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
because they've grown up, you know, and they know each other better, and maybe their temperament has calmed a little bit. But also, I feel, and I might be wrong here, but I feel like we're setting up kind of the bigger story. You know, we were dealing with Scotland and the sort of that period, and now it feels like we're dealing with something even bigger, which is the history of America, and that as we know, there's a great deal more on the horizon that's coming. So this is really feels for me like we're setting up maybe next seasons if you guys like to employ us again. That would be great.
Tell us about next season.
So what's happening next?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.